Element ready. Hello everybody, welcome back to PadFootTD Games. My name is Zach. I'm the voice and the face behind the icon. That's Ella, and you're in for another episode of A Week in the Life of Us. Alright, we are set up for jazz band. Need to make it a little bit prettier. Still just finishing up some curtains, changing things here and there. But we should be ready for this evening. Lot of sound. Lot of sound. So, Ella, of course I have a dentist appointment today, what feels like the worst time. So that's fun. But, yeah, let's get it, Ella. All right, home on Tuesday. On a Tuesday. And our first bits are here. Ooh, I realized you can't see. This doesn't capture well in the darkness. Alrighty. So, first three panels are here. In blue. And I guess this is also my time of telling you we bought a horse. We're just getting things ready for him. No, he's not staying in the car garage. He's going over there. The little pieces are starting, so that's exciting. Let's go inside. It's so cold and wet outside. We unplug, close the cover so nobody laughs at us. It's like having your fly down. Place it on the rock, and we say, good morning. Hello, everybody. It's Wednesday. Oddly enough, that's the day you're watching this. Unless I've gotten too busy, and now you're watching it on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday. So, this is what I was trying to show you last night, which was not successful, I don't think. But here are three of the panels. We're going to be picking up more today. We have picked a name. I don't know. All right, car unplugged, element car. No idea if my last attempt to talk about this had saved or not. Telling you, the battery on this thing sucks. But, good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. On the day that you're actually going to be watching this. Unless I forget and get busy, then it'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, or Tuesday. But, this is what I was trying to show you last night. But obviously, it did not... you couldn't see it that well. So we got three of our fence panels. The corral, I should say. And again, it's going to go over there. You'll see us working on that over the next couple days. But we're picking up some more today. We're going to probably have a total of 12. Usually it's about 8. But since we're putting on that shelter, I want to make sure that he's got enough room. We've got his bucket. His anti-freezing bucket, as it were. And pallets for hay. We gotta find some hay. So that's gonna be the tricky thing. But what I will say is we have picked a horse and we have picked a name. Now I know he hasn't been on camera yet because I was so excited to go see him. I didn't really want to pull out the GoPro. I completely forgot. Like, the whole trip up to Canada is a blur. It took forever, but it's a blur. Small possibility we'll go see him on Sunday. But again, we're starting to work with the vets up there and the broker and everything to get him down here. So that's gonna be interesting. But we do have a name. Can't wait for you guys to see him. We are calling him Hades. Now I know that's ominous and that's setting myself up for disaster. But Hades isn't necessarily a bad guy. Disney kind of embellished that a little bit. Still bad guy, not a super bad guy. So Hades is the name because of his color, go figure. And of course we've got to keep it Disney themed. So yeah, Hades will be coming home on the 19th. It's like the 7th right now, I think, or the 6th. What is it? It's the 7th right now. So still got about 12, less than 2 weeks before he comes home. So we got a lot to do because we've got a lot of rocks over there that Danielle turned into a rock garden, the compost, the bench, and just getting some of the shrubbery out of there. I'm kind of sad. We have a little tree that's there that I planted when we first moved in that I'm gonna have to move, and I don't know if he's gonna survive. It's kind of like that, here's that gift of us moving in. He hasn't grown any. He's not dead, but he hasn't grown. But needless to say, that's happening, and that's very exciting. So this whole journey of getting a new horse wasn't originally for me. It was for my mom. I wanted her to have a Clydesdale, and we found a beautiful one down in Rhode Island. And I was working with that owner back and forth for about 3 weeks before they really decided to let him go. They were going back and forth about it. And of course I surprised it to my mom, and a Clydesdale takes a lot more room and food. And I explained that to her, and she wants to get a younger one at some point. And I told her, 14's young for a horse. It really is, considering, it's about middle age, but I've known horses to go up to 35. Like personally, I knew horses. So she strayed away from getting the Clydesdale, and unfortunately Danielle sent me the ad for Hades. It's not what his name is now, it's Hendrix now, and that's my dream horse. A gelding, blue roan, good in the legs, and a baby. 4 years old for a horse is a baby. I could have that horse until I'm 60. So that's a quick reality check for you. Yeah, it's been a roller coaster, and I know it kind of went from going for my mom, for myself, and now I feel selfish for it. But she decided that she didn't want a Clydesdale before Hades came into the picture. At this point, because we don't have our new property yet, as is, Hades is gonna have to be over here. It'll be all cleared out, all cleared out, sticks are gone. There'll be a couple things for him to nibble on, but really it's gonna be relying on hay, which the pasture he's in right now has no grass anyways. So I hate that. I hate that he won't be in the barn for some heavy winters. We've got a 3-sided shelter, but of course our luck, the wind's gonna blow in the one direction that we don't have a shelter on it. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting, but I am thinking about making a mini series of working with Hades, because he's got fears. He's really a one-person horse, so we're gonna have to earn his trust, his respect first, which is newer to me. I gained King's love by just spending time with him for 3 years, which I'm gonna do here. But the difference is King is where he's been his whole life. I just came in as a new person. Hades is traveling from Canada, and will be in a completely different environment, relatively speaking. So that's what I have for you guys today. Jazz band concert tonight. Gonna go in, gonna design, gonna get some things set up. And then when we're done with jazz band, if I remember correctly, that's actually our last show of 2022. So I'll look at that before I leave. And if I, talk to you guys once I get there, I'll let you know. But it's our last big one. So let's go. Let's have a good day. All right, it's 10:09. In just under an hour, we went from that complete full stage that you saw earlier to being completely struck and everything's away. So with just a little bit of love, of some cleanup here and there, we will be able to get this dance floor down on Friday. We got a couple more lights I gotta hang up there after talking to the designer of the next show. And the stage definitely needs to be swept. But it's all coming together. And now it is time for us to go home. Right, Bug? Right. Let's go. You're cute. Good morning, everybody. Ella's having breakfast in the car. Hello. I did not get a time lapse for you last night because we jumped right into it, so I feel bad about that because it would have been a good one. We were very efficient. But ta-da. More gates. I think we're up to 4, 5, 6, 7. Now I don't know how many we're gonna do in the end. I'd like to do 11 to 12, just so he has tons of room. But we do have enough for the corral, shelter, and just a couple more. We'd have some room for the corral. So let's see, today's Thursday. Unfortunately, I work tonight up at Vermont Academy. Now I probably won't be able to film much there because, again, I don't work for them, I work for Alex. So excuse me. I'm probably gonna not record much in the building, but I'll record some outside. I'm just coming over here to look at the work we gotta do. The rocks I'm not worried about because this is what Danielle put out. She was kind of bummed about having to move her rocks, but we're moving in the spring. Well, we're moving in the fall, but she could set this stuff up at the new property, so I was a little confused on that one. So yeah, gotta get the rocks out of here, probably leaf blow it just so he can, I mean, there's not much for him to eat underneath. I don't really want to keep this pile of poop. That's a lot to scoop out by hand. And again, this is just like a rock. This is a boulder, so that one might have to stay in there. And I may try to cut down some of these stumps as well. But we got to get some of these big rocks out of here, get these boards out of here from the gardens, sprinkler out. But he's gonna be right up against that back wall and facing the house for his little shelter. So I'm just gonna go around here, move the deer far enough from the dog fence, but close enough where, you know, they'll see each other. And yeah, this is not nice. So one thing I do want to say before I get any notes in the comments, first off, sorry for the sniffles. I'm exhausted from the strike yesterday, so my body's not handling being vertical super well. But excuse me, before I get the comments, this is not the ideal spot for a horse. I know that, but I can't pay for him to be next door. There's no room next door. She just filled all of the stalls, and it's really just until February. Well, March. Let's go with March. No, let's go with April. Gotta be realistic on how long our winter's been lasting. Because as soon as I can set up over on the next property and even bring the temporary shed, we're going over there to start getting ready to build our house. So yeah, and it's kind of a bummer because I don't have a nice perfectly flat area to work with him. I might put up an electric little round pen over there. You know, moving the ladder, of course, from painting the garage. But just to be able to work with him, I want to do a lot of groundwork first. I want to earn his trust. He's a one-person horse for sure. And the stuff that I wish that I could have done with King, and I still plan to do one day with King. The problem is but he's still in the same exact environment that he's been his whole entire life. He's pretty set in his ways, and you can work with an animal to change those ways, but it's a lot harder, especially when they're in a herd. So with Hades, I have the ability to work with him one-on-one before I put him into my own mini herd of horses. And the previous owner keeps on stating he likes people more than he likes horses. So, you know, there is that. But we're gonna head off to work now. Eat the bug. And let's try to have a good day, and let's work 2 jobs. Yeah. Let's go. Alrighty. Well, it's done. Dance floor is down until February. Bug. And it's time for us to pack up and go home. Well, we're gonna pack up. I can't say go home yet because we need to wait for Danielle, who's finishing the horses, because it's not worth me going all the way home. And then we're gonna go get pizza. And that'll be it for us today. After today, well, for tomorrow, we are up in Peterborough doing the Met Live Opera all day. Then I gotta stop at Dublin School, turn on a look for them for their holiday thing, then come home, and then there's potential that I've got to work on Sunday as well. Then next week we're just gonna keep on finishing up for our show in January, just so that we can kind of take off a week and a half for Christmas or 2 and not feel guilty about it. So that's us. That's all wrapped up for the day, and yeah, we'll see you guys soon. Good morning from the road, everybody. We are on our way to grab some lunch first off, and then we are going to be heading up to Peterborough for the Met Live Opera. We will be a live satellite feed from the Met in New York. And gosh, what is today's show? I gotta try to remember that. I know it's not important for me, I just gotta run the projector, but oh gosh, what is it? Thinking. It's called The Hours. I don't know that one. But it's today. They are at 1 o'clock. So testing starts at 11:30 to like 12:15. House opens at 12:30. And then the show's at 1. I think this one's like 3 hours and 15 minutes. They're very long. So I'll try to do some paperwork on the side, but that is our plan. There's the early mozzarella. At least I think so. I'm paying attention to driving. So yeah, that's the plan. We also started this morning setting up Hades' pen, and the ground has decided to be frozen. So that's made it a little bit harder because we've got rocks and stuff we're trying to move. But it'll be okay for him for this short term. Luckily he's got small feet, so you know, a couple roots and stuff that we can't get, he will be able to avoid once he knows they're there. Again, this is not the best situation. I wouldn't usually put a horse into this situation. It's just I can't pass up my dream horse and wait until spring. So we're diving in and we're doing this. It's gonna be reckless and crazy, but I'm excited for it. I also feel like I have a nosebleed coming on. So I can't tell if I smell or taste blood. So that's unfortunate because it's decided to be winter today of 29 degrees in the sunshine. So that's a bummer. But yep, let's head off to grab some food, then off to work, and maybe I'll be able to peek you in and you'll be able to see a little bit of the Met Opera, at least what that kind of setup looks like if you're not familiar, but let's go. All right, so the show's been going for about an hour. So I take Ella out and breathe in some nice, fresh December air. We're supposed to finally get snow tomorrow. It's starting to finally feel like it. But yeah, this is Peterborough Players. It's a little old barn. Opened in like a long time ago. Let's go with that. Let's say that the only time that it closed was COVID and I believe World War II. So it'd be old, but great little space. Let's head on in and I'll see if I can get you a little peek.